Sure, sure. So OHL was founded in 1951. A lot of people recognize us from our previous name, which was Ozburn-Hessey Logistics. So our headquarters are based in Brentwood, Tennessee. We have about 7,300 people throughout the world. Most of those people are based here in the U.S., but we do have offices in Europe and in Asia also. So our business is really aligned around three distinct business units where we provide services for our customers. The first area is our contract logistics, which is our warehousing and value-added services. We also do things such as e-fulfillment and other labor and warehouse management type systems for our customers. And our second area, our business unit, is our transportation management, which complements our warehouse services very well by providing customers with both warehouse and transportation services. And we do things on the non-asset side, domestic transportation, really in all modes, primarily less than truckload, full truckload, parcel, intermodal. And our third area is really our international, where we get into air and ocean freight forwarding, customs brokerage, and trade services. And my role at OHL is I'm Vice President of our Transportation Management Group. So my area of responsibility is leading the operations, account management, customer service for our transportation customers. Sure. So prior to OHL really implementing MercuryGate, we were a company that had seen significant growth in our transportation business unit, and a lot of that growth came through some acquisitions that we had done. And one of our challenges at the time is that when we went through those acquisitions, it seemed like we acquired another TMS or another transportation type of platform. And we woke up one day and we found out that we had five TMSs under our roof. So we knew that in order to scale our business and be able to grow the way we wanted to grow, we had to get to one platform. So the challenge was finding the right platform that could meet the needs of all of our customers. So we had several large Tier 1 customers who were on a large, very complex TMS, and we had several small to mid-sized type customers who needed something not quite as complicated. And that's really when we set out to go through the RFP process. We wanted to look at all the providers out there to pick the right one that can scale for both the small up to the large customers. And that's where we really felt MercuryGate stood out among their competition, is being able to apply complex business rules if needed, but also have that simple and easy to use interface so that it was easy for our employees and easy for our customers to pick up the TMS and move with it as well. So in addition to the base TMS, the modules that we're using Mojo, and we're using Mojo not only for our day-to-day planning, but we're also using it for our transportation modeling and analytics. We also use Karma, so we implemented Karma shortly after the TMS to help with our carrier management and compliance in that regard. And we're really using the like I said before, multi-modes of transportation in MercuryGate, all the way from LTL to truckload to parcel, intermodal, and really using a lot of the reporting and analytics that come out of MercuryGate as well. Sure. Well, some of the benefits that we were looking for, in addition to that single TMS platform that I mentioned before, was really we wanted something that we could also implement quickly. So prior to MercuryGate, our experience was usually took us 6 to 9 months to implement a customer, and sometimes those implementations didn't go as smoothly as what we wanted them to go. And what we found with MercuryGate is that now our implementations are typically 30, 60, or 90 days. So it is very rare for us to have the TMS be the holdup for a new client implementation. So by getting on one TMS platform, it also enabled us to help with our cost. Before, when we had 5 different TMS platforms, we had our employees kind of siloed by the TMS that they were used to working with. So today we're able to take our employees and bridge them across multiple customers and gain some efficiencies there as well. Also, what I really like about MercuryGate and where we've seen a lot of value is using Mojo to model and then using Mojo for your day in the life planning. In my past experience, there's so many times where people would use a different modeling tool than what they were for their day in the life, and what you'd end up with is different results. And people always wondered why are the results not coming out the way I modeled it? And that's what we really like about Mojo is you're using the same parameters, you're using the same rules that you use to model the customer's data. Some of the other benefits that we really picked up is in the areas of our back office. So things around our freight payment, our claims management, and also our reporting and being able to provide those dashboards and key metrics back to our customers. And I think one of the kind of unexpected benefits that came by using MercuryGate is we noticed a significant improvement in our DSO, and that was really driven by the electronic connectivity with our carriers and being able to audit bills quickly, invoice our customers quickly, and invoice them accurately so that they're paying you quickly and you're able to see that nice improvement in the DSO side. That's a great point. We're able to now look across all of our customer base and run those what-if scenarios. So if we were to look at freight moving out of our OHL campuses or our warehouses, OHL has over 35 million square feet of warehouse in our campuses. So we're always looking at customers that we could potentially consolidate their freight on the same truck. And by having all of that data in one TMS just helps make that analysis so much easier and really opens the door to possibilities. Yeah, some things that I would recommend is really take the time up front to develop a plan. Make sure you think out all of the different processes in your business, all the way from receiving an order to planning it, to paying your carriers, to having the data flow into your accounting system. And really include all the key subject matter experts within your organization to map out all those processes. Too many times I've heard of companies kind of rush out and try to implement the first customer, but they don't think through the processes all the way through. And I think that's where we were successful is we did a lot of planning up front. We assigned a project team and made sure we had resources available to properly attack this thing. And the other thing that I think is helpful is do some networking and leverage some of your peers or other 3PLs out there. And when you start talking about setting up the hierarchy and the TMS and some of the rating, it's always good to get other folks' perspectives and maybe use some best practices there. The other thing that I think helped made our project successful was we tried to segment our customers into basically 3 different tiers. So basically our simple customers up through the medium and high complexity. And our approach was to start with the simple customers first. But we always had the high complex customers in the back of our mind. So by doing those smaller or less complex customers first, we learned a lot about the system. And our people became very, very good at MercuryGate and all the different ways to configure and set up rules. And I think as we got into the more complex customers, we just had a lot more knowledge about MercuryGate there as well. Some lessons learned that I think we picked up on is the thing about a TMS is that it's all aspects of a TMS is hard to keep within one person's head. So even as we worked with MercuryGate, there were many times where we had to bring in either their rating expert or their Mojo expert. And there's some times where we probably should have maybe escalated that a little bit quicker and bring in those subject matter experts on their side as well, because it is complex and it's hard for any one individual to know all there is about the TMS. Yeah, I think from a 3PL's perspective, really, I think what it comes down to is people, right? So having the best people to service your customers' needs and be able to think outside of the box. So today, with the advancement of TMS platforms and kind of the industry out there, everybody's kind of the playing field has evened a little bit. So 3PLs have to try to find that niche or identify themselves to where they can add more value than other competitors that are out there. So whether you're talking about IT or business development or operations or analyst, it's the company with the best people and retaining and attracting top talent and folks that can sit down with our customers and understand their real pain points and bring new ideas and thinking to the table. I think that's really where the company that does that will have the most success. The other area, as you look out there 5 years from now, is really the significant growth on the e-retail and e-commerce side. All the major retailers trying to find ways to create that next day delivery to everyone's home, and that's really changing networks around a lot, and it's really kind of forcing 3PLs to look at different possibilities there. Much more than what maybe the traditional kind of network setup has been in the past. Yeah, really from a technology standpoint, it's really, of course, us as a 3PL having WMS platforms, TMS platforms, and international platforms, it's really back to getting that customer visibility for all of their business kind of in one spot. So that's an area that we're going to be attacking to try and create that whole end-to-end order and give that single visibility for our customers. And the technology really is the enabler there to help drive the data through KPIs and different dashboard metrics to be able to put those continuous improvement processes in place, and really just leverage the technology to try to take costs out of your operational processes wherever you can, so that you can do some more of those creative type projects with your customers.